example just to get us a bit more practice. Okay, let's have a look at this one. In this triangle here, what you notice is you've got two missing sides. Ooh, two missing sides. I've got x and y. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to apply two trig ratios instead of just one. So let's go do the exact same steps. So let's first find x before we find y. So let's find x first. Now, regardless of if you're finding x or y, we can actually label the triangle first. So actually, before I even do that, let's label our triangle. So first side, hypotenuse. I've got my right angle, I go opposite, and so my y value is my h. Okay, I've got my y value is h, my hypotenuse. The next step, the second step, is to go to my angle and then go to the opposite side to the angle. So opposite my 28 degrees is this 19. So this is my O, opposite. And the final side is the one that's left over, or the one that's next to that angle, which is my x, and so that's my adjacent side. There we go, nice and easy. I've got my three sides. Okay, let's find x first. So the second step that we need to do is to write an equation involving the trig ratio. So here, let's have a look at my side. So when I'm dealing with trig ratios, I need to have at least one side that I know and the angle. Now I know my 19, so I'm not going to go A and H. I'm going to look at O and A. So if you have a look here, I've got my three sides. I want to have a trig relationship with A. If I put in H, I've got two missing sides. If I put in that hypotenuse with Y, I'm going to have two missing sides. I don't want two missing sides. I only want to deal with one at a time. So instead of dealing with H, I'm going to be dealing with my O. So let's recall our trig ratios. So, ka, toa. Okay, I've got O and A. Which one has O and A? It's this last one, tan. So here, I'm going to write a trig equation using tan. So I'm going to write tan. Inside the trig ratio, it's going to be my angle. So I'm going to put 28 degrees. So tan 28 degrees is equal to, if you have a look, OA, opposite over adjacent. So I'm going to have 19 over my adjacent, x. Okay, once again, what do we notice? X is in the denominator. Because it's in the denominator, what do we need to do? We need to swap it with the trig ratio on the other side. So I'm going to do a swap again. So here, I'm going to have x is equal to 19 over 10, 28. Okay, putting that in my calculator, I want it to two decimal places. 10, oh, whoops, let's try that again. 19 over 10, 28. Now it's really important you close that bracket. If you don't close that bracket, let me just show you once here. If you don't close that bracket, you get a syntax error. That's not good. I don't want errors. I don't want a syntax error. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to close that bracket. And there we go. We have a number. We have a value. So we've got 35.733. Two decimal places. So that's going to be 35.73. So that's equal to 35.73. So I've got my x value for this one. Okay, part 2. I want to find the value for y. I can do the exact same thing as before, but instead of dealing with A this time, I can deal with O, H, and O. So let's write a trig equation. I've got my side that I know. My O is my 19, and my H is my y side, my missing side. Let's have a look at my trig ratios. I've got which one has O and H. It is sine. So here I'm going to go sine, my value, my angle, 28 degrees, is equal to opposite, so O over H. So 19 over Y. And once again, we have a denominator. It's at the bottom of my fraction. And so I swap the two. So here I'm going to swap these two. And so I end up getting Y is equal to 19 over sine 28. So let's put that in my calculator. So I end up getting, let's have a look. So let me swipe across. There we go. 19 over sine 28. Close the bracket. And so we get 40.471, 2 decimal places, so it's just 40.47. And there we go. That's how we find missing sides in the denominator. So once again, same steps as you normally did before. Label your sides and identify the trig ratio. Write an equation involving the trig ratio. Third step, the rearrange step, is where it's a little bit different. If your missing side is in the denominator, you need to swap it with the other side. You need to swap it. So you need to swap the missing length with the trig value on the other side. Then once you do that, you put it in your calculator and you solve it. Exact same 4 steps, but a little bit of a twist. So have a go at the questions in the chapter. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or send me a message on Google Classroom. I'm more than happy to help. Good luck with the questions, Year 9, and I'll see you in the next video.